The Valkyrie's desire to protect fair Lulu is a sentiment shared by the Jackal, who, of course, would be honored to assist in your valiant attempt to cast suspicion away from the Burden Blonde One and free her from a life on the run, as it were. However, the Jackal feels a brief consultation with Stone Cold might be in order prior
the
to putting...
The sooner we frame Rick Lansing for Logan's murder, the sooner this will be over and Lulu can come home.
Logan died. I ran into him on the Elm Street pier. He was with some new doctor from the hospital.
What doctor?
A resident there, Matt Hunter. He's almost as big of a jerk as Logan was, but even Matt had a problem with the names your son was calling me.
Oh, deserved, I'm sure.
I'm no saint, but neither was your son. Logan just went around blaming everyone else for his problems. Matt ran him off and I went back to work. That's when Logan showed up at our Crimson offices saying he wanted to get back together with Lulu. She... politely declined, and Logan, he got pissed. He stormed off, obviously went to start a fight that he didn't win, and that's the last time I saw him.
Logan loved Lulu. All she ever did was lie to him and jerk him around.
Lulu was completely honest with Logan. She told him it was over.
Yeah, because of you, because you slept with him. Otherwise, Lulu and Logan would still be together.
Okay, you don't know that.
Yeah, I know that Johnny Sankara killed Logan, and you helped. You need to keep your voice down and let her go.
The Jackal has heard countless tales of how you and your yet-to-be-born progeny were made to suffer at the hands of Darth Lansing in the confines of a regrettably secret room. So naturally, the Valkyrie has malicious feelings.
Do I hate Rick? Yes, I do. Not just for what he did to me, but for what he did to Sonny. I think Rick deserves a special place in hell. But right now, all I care about is clearing Lulu of any involvement in Logan's death as quickly and as safely as possible. And the only way we can do that is if we pin it on someone else. Come on.
If not for revenge, why choose the Demented One?
Rick's the one that hired Logan to be Anthony's attendant. That didn't work out. It's not such a stretch to believe that Rick had him killed because he knew too much.
Well, see, sadly, the Jackal is acquainted with many of the pertinent details of the unworthy one's demise, none of which could be finessed in any way to implicate Darth Lansing.
Oh, come on, it's night start. You can make it happen.
And the Jackal also fears that if you were to alter any aspect of the case, the law-abiding ones would be alerted, and that would make the mob prince and even the fair one look even more
So you
guilty.
have to make sure the police don't find out. Aren't you the best? Isn't that why Jason pays you so much money?
Okay. Look, the Jackal's cyber skills aren't the issue here. The Darth Lansing's whereabouts at the time of the Krabby Commando's demise are the grave concern here, because, see, what the Valkyrie seems to be forgetting is that there's a very real chance that Rick has an airtight alibi, which would negate...
So we get rid of his alibi. What is wrong with you? You're acting just like Jason.
Oh, well, the grasshopper is flattered by the comparison to his master, and in the same vein feels like he must bestow some stone-cold-like wisdom and say, do nothing. As difficult and as painful as that may be, the wisest course of action is indeed to watch and wait.
Yeah, watch and wait. Neither one of those are my best events.
There's nothing to do with you. Now, you're yelling at one of my employees in my hotel and you're disturbing the guests. If you don't calm down, I'll have security walk you out. Do you understand? Do you know what kind of a badge I carry? Yes, Mr. Baldwin, I am very well aware of your appointment to special prosecutor, but I doubt that the mayor would look too kindly to you manhandling the police commissioner's daughter, and especially in front of potential voters. Mayor Floyd has no chance of getting reelected when bodies are getting dumped by the side of the road. I'm very sorry for your loss, but yelling at Maxie's not going to bring your son back. And neither will revenge. As a matter of fact, some innocent people could get hurt in the process.
Well, you know, now I'm not surprised about your concern over Lulu. I mean, you are married to her cousin, and Spencers, they stick together, you know. They like to lie, cheat, cover up murders, whatever. Well, that's not going to happen this time. Whoever killed my son is going to pay.
Jeez, thank you so much for getting rid of him.
You need to be careful. You know, Scott Baldwin, he can be dangerous when properly motivated.
Hey, I'm glad you called. This has been the most frustrating day, and just knowing you wanted to see me has made it all better.
Carly-Ann, I didn't ask you to get back together.
I'm not naive. I know it's not going to happen overnight, you know, but talking's good, and if we sat down and we had a drink, we could work things out.
I don't have time. I'm sorry.
Can't fix things, Jax, if we don't make time.
I didn't ask you to talk about the separation. Okay? I have a meeting in Montreal this afternoon. And I was on my way to the airport, and I saw Scott Baldwin questioning Maxine Jones. And apparently he thinks that Lulu is responsible for his son's death.
Does Scott think Lulu stabbed Logan?
No, he thinks that Lulu is the reason that Johnny and Logan fought. And he also believes that Lulu led Logan on, apparently the same way Laura did with him.
Oh, my God. You know, leave it to Scott Baldwin to make a bad situation worse by bringing his confidence.
I know you're going to move heaven and earth to help her. I just want you to be careful.
I already have been trying to help her. I love her, Jack. She's more than just a cousin to me.
I know.
We're very similar. We make the same mistakes. And when I found out that she was held hostage, I knew that she was faking it because I would do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I spent almost the whole morning trying to come up with ways to help Lulu, and then you call me, and here I am. Because as much as I love Lulu, there's nothing more important to me than us.
Hey, I'm not just saying you should ignore a family emergency. That's not what I meant when I said that you weren't committed to
I'm not
this
trying to
marriage.
make you feel guilty, okay? I'm not, because if Lulu would have called me and asked me to drive the getaway car, I'd be with her right now. But she didn't. And I can't do anything to help Lulu, so I want to focus on you and me. Fixing what went wrong and holding us together.
We're not together, Carlina. And I don't know if we ever will be.
Stop, okay? We're married. And we love each other, and right now we're in a really bad place. But come on, Jax. Whether you see it or not, we're both to blame.
I just don't want to fight anymore, Carly. I'm afraid that you will think that's what marriage is. When you argue, you break up, and then you get back together only to fight again, and then the fights get worse, and the reconciliation time is shorter. And then before you know it, there's nothing left. There's no love left. And I don't want our marriage to become a trap where we hurt each other on purpose.
You would never try and hurt me, and I know that. And even at its worst, our marriage is the best thing that's ever happened to me, and I'm not gonna lose it.
What if it's already lost?
You know what? You don't want to give me the benefit of the doubt right now, so I'm gonna give it to you. You're frustrated and you're making some bad choices, but you are still the man I love, and I'm not.